Today is June 28th, 2014. For the yogis who practice meditation intensively, Sayadaw would like to expound the Mahanama Sutra, which is documented in the Anguttara Nikaya. So how to live a peaceful life is the name of the Dhamma talk Sayadaw going to give today. So here meditators are developing mindfulness continuously, listen Dhamma talk every day, and observe the precepts. And also they are contributing to the sasana. So from time to time, they may be out of touch with the triple gem or the Dhamma for some reason. So when we are out of touch with the Dhamma or triple gem, and how to live a peaceful life, it is a question. So today Sayadaw would like to explain how to live a peaceful life when we are out of retreat or out of touch with the triple or Dhamma. So the people or all living beings on earth spend their time enjoying sensual pleasure. Actually, their life is congested with the attachment. They are not independent. So they have very little chance for liberation. So here Sayadaw would like to explain the opportunity or the great opportunity or chance for us to live a peaceful life in the human society or the congested human society. So peaceful life among the congested society. So to live a peaceful life without the attachment and a boundary, like a space or sky, the free, carefree life or peaceful life. So Venerable Mahakajayana mentioned 6 factors. And today Sayadaw will expound these 6 factors as explained by the Venerable Mahakajayana by the name of the to live a peaceful life. So the peaceful life, or we can say the life or the human opportunity or the life of the liberation or liberty. If we follow the guidance given by the Buddha on here, the Venerable Mahakajayana, we can attain the 7 benefits. First of all, mental purification. Then as a human beings, we are all the time agitated with the sensual desire. By following Dhamma, we can purify our mind or the mental defilements. And second benefit is freedom from the worry and sorrow. Mostly we are tortured by the insatiable desire, and we are bound by the insatiable desire. We worry about sensual desire and sensual pleasure. So by practicing Dhamma, we can overcome such kinds of worry and sorrow. And Number 3 and number 4 is to overcome the mental and physical distress. The moment we are free from the mental defilements, we are mentally, physically calm and peaceful. We can experience the happiness and peacefulness. And then number 6 is we can develop the progressive Vipassana insight. And number 7 is we can experience ultimate peacefulness or Nibbana. So here are 7 benefits we can gain from the Dhamma practice. Here, as a Dhamma practice, the Venerable Mahakajayana describes 6 factors. So by following these 6 factors, we can gain actually the same benefits as the development of mindfulness, as I mentioned the Satipatthana Sutra. So by developing the Dhamma, by practicing Dhamma, we can live the carefree life or independent life. We can live a life independently, as if we were in the space. There is nothing harmful in the space, so nothing to worry about. So in the same way, when we develop the Dhamma, we can live a free life or carefree life without anything to worry about. So by practicing meditation, we can keep our mind away from mental defilements and mental hindrances. So the moment our mind is freed from mental hindrances, we are regarded to be noble. And our mind is boundless and limitless, and like a sky is spacious. And there is no danger and disasters, and there is no enemy. There are 2 kinds of enemy: the enemy of mental defilements and personal enemy. So the moment we develop the practice, mindfulness, so we are free from the mental enemies and material, physical enemies. So in this way, our mind is freed and happy, and then pure and purified of any kinds of negative emotion and mental hindrances. So to develop such mental purification, so Venerable Kisayana describes 6 kinds of factors according to the Buddha's teaching. Here in the yogis, meditator, they're developing the continuous mindfulness. With the development of mindfulness, yogis can live a peaceful and happy life. So here Sayadaw would like to expound another sutra called Mahanama Sutra, which is the Buddha talked to the Mahanama Saka. When the Buddha was in the Saka state, and Kapilavatthu city, and Nijora Rama monastery, he gave the Dhamma talk to the Prince Mahanama. So Prince Mahanama, he usually visit to Nijora Rama monastery. He visit to monks, and the Buddha himself, he listen Dhamma talk given by the Buddha, and he also take precept from the Buddha, and he is a general supporter to the sasana. He provide monks and nuns with the 4 requisites. So almost every evening he paid visit to the Buddha and then to the Nijodarama monastery. The Kapilavatthu city was a very busy city, the capital city or royal city. It was located in the Indian border. So the city is always busy busy and crowded with the people and vehicles. And many ethnic nationalities live in that city. Like the United States, the Kapilavatthu city was very busy, and a lot of ethnic minorities people live there. So on his way to the Buddha's monastery, he took the very busy road, and the road is very busy with the traffic, like there are several kinds of vehicles and bullock cart and elephants and cows and bulls. Some of these are quite aggressive and dangerous. So when he encountered face to face with the aggressive elephant or the buffalo, water buffalo, or the aggressive horse and bullock cart, he felt scary and fearful. And then he could not keep Dhamma in his mind. He was at that moment out of touch with the Dhamma. He could not recollect the Buddha's qualities. He lost the mindfulness, and so on. So sometimes he worried, if I were killed by a horse or the elephant or the wild animal, or for some reason on the busy road, I may not be reborn. I may not be reborn in the blissful state, because I was at that moment out of mindfulness, out of touch with the Dhamma. So he was worried about the life after death, because he found himself to be out of mindfulness when he was in the face of the several kinds of the elephants and wild animals and very dangerous crowds in the Kapilavatthu city. So one day, the Prince Mahanama, he requested advice from the Buddha. He said, the Buddha, the Buddhists here are dependent. We are dedicated to the Buddha and the Buddha's teaching. We observe precepts as guided by the Buddha. We practice meditation. In the presence of the Buddhas and Buddha's Savaka, monks and nuns, Venerable Sir, we are fully devoted to Dhamma and Sangha. Now, very soon, when the rain retreat is over, most venerable Buddhas and his noble disciples are leaving our city, Kapilavatthu. So when you leave our city, Kapilavatthu, we are out of touch with the Buddhas and Buddha's teaching. So on those occasions, we are wondering how to live our life. So please give us advice how to live a Dhamma life, a peaceful life, when we are out of touch with the Buddhas and his teachings. Then the Buddha said to Mahanama, Prince Mahanama, so as a virtuous person, it is a good question to raise. So you have strong faith, unshakable faith in the Triple Gem. With such unshakable faith in Triple Gem, you are liable to develop the progressive Vipassana insight until Magga-phala enlightenment. Unless you have such unshakable faith in Triple Gem, and then you will lose the opportunity to develop the Magga-phala enlightenment. So secondly, you should be energetic. You should put great effort in the wholesome deeds, like the deed of generosity, deed of moral conduct, and deed of meditation practice. Only then can you accomplish the spiritual purpose of Magga-phala enlightenment. If you are lazy, you fail to put great effort in the wholesome deeds, there will be no chance for you to accomplish spiritual purposes. So thirdly, the Buddha said to Prince Mahanama, Mahanama, you should focus on the samatha practice and Vipassana practice. Your mind should be well established in the meditation practices so that you will attain Magga-phala enlightenment. There are always chances and opportunity for you to accomplish the spiritual purpose if you set your mind on the samatha and Vipassana. Otherwise, you will lose the great opportunity to accomplish the spiritual purposes. And then number four, the Buddha said to Mahanama, Mahanama, you should develop the concentration, and you should be dedicated to the development of concentration, so that your mind will become always tranquil and peaceful. So your mind should be focused on the meditative object, so that you can always maintain or sustain your spiritual status. Otherwise, you will lose concentration and the mind will become restless, and you lose the opportunity to attain Magga-phala enlightenment. And then the Buddha said, Mahanama, you should sustain the development of Vipassana insight by seeing the psychophysical phenomena arising and passing away. Without developing the Vipassana insight through the continuous mindfulness, there will be no way for you to see real phenomena, their conditionality and changes and impermanence. Then you will lose the great opportunity to attain Magga-phala enlightenment. So the 5 mental factors in brief should be developed: faith and effort and mindfulness, concentration and progressive Vipassana insight. So by developing these 5 mental factors, so you will get closer and closer to the Magga-phala enlightenment. So here the Prince Mahanama, he worried about the unwholesome and unwholesome death and hopeful rebirth after death. So the Buddha encourage him, don't worry, Mahanama. Your death, your demise won't be worthless. Your demise will be wholesome and rewarding and blissful, because you have very strong, unshakable faith in Triple Gem, and you have flawless morality and moral conduct. You have accumulated the Dhamma knowledge, and you are contributing generously to the sasana, and you have the deed of generosity, and you also develop the progressive Vipassana insight. So don't worry, Mahanama. Your demise won't be worthless. Your demise will be blissful. Then the Buddha continued, Mahanama, this body was nurtured with the food and born from our mother. And one day, this physical body will be decayed. And when people die, this physical body will be destroyed and eaten by the animals, like the dogs and fox and wolf, and several kinds of the insects. So the physical body will be destroyed sooner or later. However, the spiritual qualities you developed, like such as the unshakable faith and generosity and Vipassana insight and knowledge, and many other spiritual qualities, they won't be destroyed at all. For example, the Buddha said, when you break the pot or the geese or the butter into a river or the lake, the earthen part will be broken into pieces and submerged down to the bottom of the river or the lake. But the ghee or butter or oil won't be submerged down to the bottom. They will emerge on the surface of the water. So in the same way, your body, when on your demise, will be destroyed for many things, for many reasons, by dogs or the fox and so on. But your spiritual qualities such as Sada, Sutta, Saga, Panya won't be destroyed. They will be lasting. And so your demise won't be unwholesome, and your rebirth won't be woeful, and definitely blissful. So actually, Prince Mahanama have the unshakable faith in Triple Gem, and also he observed the flawless 5 precepts. So he is actually Sotapanna, first stage enlightener. So he have the unshakable faith in Triple Gem and a flawless 5 precepts, and then he is very generous supporter to the sasana and the sangha, monks and nuns. So that's why the Buddha mentioned, the Buddha guaranteed his blissful demise with the analogy. So the Buddha said, Mahanama, suppose for example here is a tree, big tree, is a leaning in eastern direction. If that tree is cut down, which direction that tree will fall down. Then the Prince Mahanama answered, "O Venerable Sir, this tree of course will fall down in each direction." So the Buddha then said, "In the same way, Mahanama, so someone has unshakable faith in the Triple Gem and observe the flawless 5 precepts. And also he always leans to the realization of the ultimate peacefulness of Nibbana. So there will be no way for him to have the woeful rebirth. So definitely he will be reborn in the blissful state. So don't worry, Mahanama. Don't worry, Mahanama. Your demise won't be worthless. Your rebirth will be blissful." So here in this sutra, the Buddha describes 6 kind of the qualities for us to develop. First of all, the recollections of the Buddha's qualities and recollections of the Dhamma qualities. So in this regard, we have to recollect qualities of Dhamma. We follow the Dhamma. We practice Dhamma. We develop the continuous mindfulness. That's what is called recollection of the Dhamma. And recollection of the Sangha, the enlightened Sangha or the ordinary Sangha, ordinary monks and nuns, or enlightened monks and nuns. So we should recollect the qualities of Sangha. And then number 4 is we should keep the here yogis are observing the 8 precepts. And also we have our precept flawless and blameless. No wise and virtuous people blame us for broken precepts. So our precepts, 8 precepts or 5 precepts, are blameless and flawless. So we should recollect how virtuous we are. We should be grateful that we are virtuous people. This recollection of the sila, morality. And then recollection of this jaga is we contribute, generously contribute sasana, and we share our wealth and belonging with others. So zero generosity. We are generous, so we are in this way regarded as noble people. So by recollecting our generosity, we should develop the recollection of the jaga, generosity. And then recollection of the deities. So here in the universe, there are celestial beings in the blissful plane, blissful realms. They were born there because of the great merit they have done in their previous lives. So the same kinds of merits we have been accumulating here in the human world. So we have such a great amount of merit accumulated that will lead us to the celestial rebirth. So recollecting our merit that will lead us to the celestial rebirth in the deity realm is called Devadanussati. So altogether we have 6 kind of the recollections. So when we develop these recollections, we can keep our mind away from mental hindrances like the mental defilements like the lustful feeling or the greed or hatred, anger, and so on. So our mind becomes tranquil and peaceful. And sometimes we may recollect the Dhamma by reciting the Pali text or the Buddha teaching we have ever learned. And sometimes we analyze the meaning of the Buddha's teaching. So that's the way we recollect the Dhamma. Of course, we develop the mindfulness. It's also Dhamma nosati. So in this way, our mind becomes tranquil and peaceful. So that's why the Buddha advised the Prince Mahanama. But the Buddha said, when I leave the Savatthi city, when I leave for Savatthi city, Jetavana monastery, from the Kapilavatthu, Mahanama, you should spend your life with these 6 qualities. Then you will be able to live a peaceful and happy life. So that's the advice given by the Buddha to Prince Mahanama. So in conclusion, Sayadaw wish may you all be well and happy, practicing meditation until the Megaphala enlightenment in a very smooth and comfortable manner. That's all for today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.